the throne, Imir Cup, reignited. Welcome to the battlefield where every server's top clans wage their fiercest war. The regional qualifiers in each division determine the winning server. From that server, only its top 5 clans can compete in the Imir Cup World Championship. Up to 500 players can enter, regardless of server. When the match begins for your server, the Imir Cup icon lights up on the right of your minimap. Press it to enter the battlefield. To begin, you're randomly placed at one of 6 starting points. When defeated, you can resurrect at one of these points and rejoin the battle, though the starting points themselves keep changing. Early in the battle, securing bases is key. Capturing a base earns points and various buffs, and lets you teleport straight to it to gain the upper hand. And the more bases you hold, the stronger those buffs become. Bases come in 2 types, normal and boss. Normal bases can be captured by interacting with the occupying stone. For boss bases, first destroy the Tower of Occupying at the entrance, then interact with the occupying stone to capture it. Normal bases can be recaptured freely, but boss bases, once captured, can never be recaptured, so be strategic about your captures. If you couldn't secure a boss base, try a different strategy. Capture normal bases for buffs or recapture enemy bases to weaken their forces. Which bases to target, how to play it out. The tide of battle is yours to turn. If you are defeated in battle, you can resurrect and rejoin the fight, but you can only resurrect up to 3 times. So watch the battlefield and tread carefully. Luckily, 2 types of braziers appear randomly across the map. Pick one up to restore resurrection counts for your clan or your server. If casualties pile up on your server, use braziers strategically to keep the fight going. Once you've secured enough bases, the endgame begins, the fight for the Tower of Victory. Destroying the Tower of Victory earns points and brings out the crown, the key to victory or defeat. Once the crown appears, bases can no longer be captured, so timing the tower's destruction is crucial. From here, all forces converge on the final battle for the crown. To win, you must claim the crown and carry it to the target zone. The moment the crown is taken, the crown holder bears the weight of the crown, and victory now rests on the whole server, working as one. Server members must protect the crown holder and rally together to reach the target zone. The target zone forms at one of the 3 boss bases, and you can check it on the minimap. If the crown holder is defeated while on the move, the crown drops where they fell. And if a player from the enemy server grabs the dropped crown, the target zone changes. A crown touchdown is worth the most points in the Imir Cup, so the outcome stays uncertain until the final moments. Whichever server lands the crown touchdown can swing the entire match. The final clash over the crown, where a single choice decides the winner. If time runs out in a close match with no crown touchdown, the outcome is decided by the points earned during the match. Points can be earned by destroying the Tower of Victory and Towers of Occupying, as well as capturing bases, defeating players, holding the crown, and landing crown touchdowns, as shown in the scoring table. If the final scores are tied, the tiebreaker rules decide which server wins. The stage is set. Glory awaits the victor alone. Stake the honor of your server and march toward final victory. And in that moment of glory, who will claim the crown of victory? See it all unfold in the Imir Cup World Championship Season 2. The battle for the throne, Imir Cup, reignited. for the throne, Imir Cup, reignited. Welcome to the battlefield where every server's top clans wage their fiercest war. The regional qualifiers in each division determine the winning server. From that server, only its top 5 clans can compete in the Imir Cup World Championship. Up to 500 players can enter, regardless of server. When the match begins for your server, the Imir Cup icon lights up on the right of your minimap. Press it to enter the battlefield. To begin, you're randomly placed at one of 6 starting points. When defeated, you can resurrect at one of these points and rejoin the battle, though the starting points themselves keep changing. Early in the battle, securing bases is key. Capturing a base earns points and various buffs, and lets you teleport straight to it to gain the upper hand. And the more bases you hold, the stronger those buffs become. Bases come in 2 types, normal and boss. Normal bases can be captured by interacting with the occupying stone. For boss bases, first destroy the Tower of Occupying at the entrance, then interact with the occupying stone to capture it. Normal bases can be recaptured freely, but boss bases, once captured, can never be recaptured, so be strategic about your captures. If you couldn't secure a boss base, try a different strategy. Capture normal bases for buffs or recapture enemy bases to weaken their forces. Which bases to target, how to play it out. The tide of battle is yours to turn. If you are defeated in battle, you can resurrect and rejoin the fight, but you can only resurrect up to 3 times. So watch the battlefield and tread carefully. Luckily, 2 types of braziers appear randomly across the map. Pick one up to restore resurrection counts for your clan or your server. If casualties pile up on your server, use braziers strategically to keep the fight going. Once you've secured enough bases, the endgame begins, the fight for the Tower of Victory. Destroying the Tower of Victory earns points and brings out the crown, the key to victory or defeat. Once the crown appears, bases can no longer be captured, so timing the tower's destruction is crucial. From here, all forces converge on the final battle for the crown. To win, you must claim the crown and carry it to the target zone. The moment the crown is taken, the crown holder bears the weight of the crown, and victory now rests on the whole server, working as one. Server members must protect the crown holder and rally together to reach the target zone. The target zone forms at one of the 3 boss bases, and you can check it on the minimap. If the crown holder is defeated while on the move, the crown drops where they fell. And if a player from the enemy server grabs the dropped crown, the target zone changes. A crown touchdown is worth the most points in the Imir Cup, so the outcome stays uncertain until the final moments. Whichever server lands the crown touchdown can swing the entire match. The final clash over the crown, where a single choice decides the winner. If time runs out in a close match with no crown touchdown, the outcome is decided by the points earned during the match. Points can be earned by destroying the Tower of Victory and Towers of Occupying, as well as capturing bases, defeating players, holding the crown, and landing crown touchdowns, as shown in the scoring table. If the final scores are tied, the tiebreaker rules decide which server wins. The stage is set. Glory awaits the victor alone. Stake the honor of your server and march toward final victory. And in that moment of glory, who will claim the crown of victory? See it all unfold in the Imir Cup World Championship Season 2. The battle for the throne, Imir Cup, reignited. for the throne. Imir Cup reignited. Welcome to the battlefield where every server's top clans wage their fiercest war. The regional qualifiers in each division determine the winning server. From that server, only its top 5 clans can compete in the Imir Cup World Championship. Up to 500 players can enter, regardless of server. When the match begins for your server, the Imir Cup icon lights up on the right of your minimap. Press it to enter the battlefield. To begin, you're randomly placed at one of 6 starting points. When defeated, you can resurrect at one of these points and rejoin the battle, though the starting points themselves keep changing. Early in the battle, securing bases is key. Capturing a base earns points and various buffs, and lets you teleport straight to it to gain the upper hand. And the more bases you hold, the stronger those buffs become. Bases come in 2 types, normal and boss. Normal bases can be captured by interacting with the occupying stone. For boss bases, first destroy the Tower of Occupying at the entrance, then interact with the occupying stone to capture it. Normal bases can be recaptured freely, but boss...
Welcome back to the Imir Cup World Championship Season 2. G-Clap with Wolf. We are back on the screen because it seems like the technical issue has almost been resolved, and we'll need just a couple more minutes before we actually dive into the match. But we do apologize for the technical delay that has occurred, and the players, also to the players who has been waiting for this legend match to happen.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for your patience.
Thank you so much.
I know this is not what everyone had expected for today, and we have been working tirelessly here to get it back functioning, to have the matchup that we've been hyping up all day. To recap, we did have Kings win Imir Cup Season 2, lift the trophy. That went off without any technical problems, right? We had all of that succeed. And we're about to set up for the King versus Korea server matchup here, the Legend match. So if you're just tuning in and you're like, wow, it's stream's still going, it's because we haven't played that second match yet. You did not miss it. You did not miss it. It has not happened. So we're going to be heading into that one fairly soon. We talked a lot about how strategically we're not 100% sure what Korea's going to look like here and how prepared they're going to be with the even combat power that's set up on this server as well. I wonder how strong, for example, archers would be, like how many more archers you want to have, and if anyone wants to change class going into this one, we'll see.
Yeah, you're saying we expect to have a lot more archers on the field because we have matching power level, which actually brings another, but my idea is slightly different. I would expect more berserkers, which could actually close in the gap. They can easily leap and go for those stun, lots of taunts, and just trap those archers. Not let them do anything away, because if you're stunned, if you don't have enough buff, and those leap attacks are actually pretty quick in their movement. So if they land on multiple archers on the back line, they can be wiped off immediately. So I think there's a really big power potential for the berserker and also the rune fighters to just dive in, ult, and the archers can't do a thing. And it's also, you have to think about not just changing class. If you're not used to the archer skills, you might not be able to retreat and go for the backstab immediately, because you're just not used to. You have to really be used to not just the skills, you have to be used to the cooldown of those skills. You have to kind of have the feel of the cooldown, because you have so many skills
throughout this tournament in terms of the Tower of Victory zone and the entrances there. I am curious. I think most players will probably just stick to their role. I don't think we'll see that many changes, if any, coming into this one. But because the Korean server has known about this for a long time and has been able to prepare, maybe they bring out some different strategies. I don't think Kings will be changing things up too much. They've had a little bit of extra time, but I don't know if they've spent a lot of that really building up strategies. So we'll have to wait and see. All I know is that I'm really excited to see this matchup finally happen, and we'll see the action between all of these guys set up here, which is what everyone's been waiting for. So again, thank you so much for your patience, for those watching at home, and for those players who are probably still watching our stream as well, trying to figure out when we're going to get into this one.
Yep, should be about maybe about 5-6 minutes, I think, before we actually get it, because we have a lot of players who are trying to go into the battlefield at the same time, we need to time it perfectly because it's not just like 30, 40, 50. We have hundreds of players who has to be ready on the right exact time. So we have to make some promises before and then go in at the exact promised time all the way together. So everyone's prepared. That I think a lot of members, not just offline here, who are also playing online, joining from all over the world. It's also promised at a certain time. So I think we're about 4 or 5 minutes out before the match starts.
Yeah, I think that the most important thing and the reason why we're having this designated start time is to give those players who weren't certain about what was happening some time to go take a break, get a coffee, whatever the case may be, and know that there's a specific time to come back to. So we're not starting without anyone being at their PC. So everyone has to be notified. Maybe we walked away, you call them up like, hey, come back at this exact specific time, so that we know that we can get everyone in.
Yeah,
we don't want to start the match with only half the players because some people were AFK. So again, thank you for your patience, but that is why we are waiting.
Yeah, exactly. The moment you go in, that's when you start. You load in, you start moving. If you're like an inch later, if you start touching or, if you get those bases like a 0.2 second late, you might actually take more damage and fall right before. So these timings do matter. We want both sides very fair and square, have set time and immediately spawn, and then try to go for the strategy. And that's, I think, what exactly both teams are looking forward to. As soon as we get in, we will let you know. And we talked about the starting point a little bit, how last time in the grand finals, Chess Kings, they were on the opposite side, one on, I believe, about 3 o'clock, and the other team on like 7, 8 o'clock, and they happened to be on the other side, so it was okay. But there are some times where they spawn like right next to each other, like 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, and they go for the same choke point. That's where the real battle starts, immediately after the battle.
Yeah, statistically unlikely, but it has happened, and it can create a very different gameplay dynamic, especially when everyone's power levels are set to the same. So it's really difficult to determine if you're going to win the fight or not. Because I think a lot of what the early game is decided by, as we saw from Kings in our finals, is whether you can determine quickly whether the fight is yours or not. You have to be able to know, okay, we're winning this fight, we're going to commit to this fight, we're going to drop Tower of Occupying and look for this fight, we're going to look for the turn, we're not going to try to burst down Tower of Occupying. Those judgment calls are so critically important.
What if there is like a party of Rune Fighters, like 6 of them, and 2 Berserkers? They could wrap around the entire
flanking.
Go for the big flank and land those big TCs and just delete, wipe from the side. That could totally happen in this big battle of battlefield. That could totally be a strategy. I think that could be a thing because we're matching power level. If there's a big difference, that wouldn't work. But in this case, I think there's a chance.
We did see the World kind of do that a little bit in the previous match of the finals, where there were some flanks from him and he was able to get backline access and finish off targets who thought they had gotten an escape. He was able to judge the movement and get the exact right placement. So that's definitely a thing you could do. And we do have some very strong Rune Fighter players on both of these servers. I do think that in terms of how the early game is going to go, it's always most important if you get that first Tower of Occupying, because it allows, or rather the first boss base, which happens after the Tower of Occupying. Get the Tower of Occupying points, get that boss base. The reinforcement power is so powerful there, because anyone who dies on the enemy team that doesn't have that first boss base has to go to the regular bases. So it takes a few extra seconds to reinforce, and that fight just starts snowballing into a big win, especially when everyone's the same combat power. Like, the snowball can happen even faster, because you don't have a carry who, you can't be like, I need my carry, come over here and clean this up. If everyone's the same, then that role doesn't necessarily exist.
Yes, now in this role, you need the party to be a lot more balanced, I think. It can't just be 10 archers all together. I think you need to have at least a couple of sculpts to actually keep in touch to heal around. It's really hard to tell before we actually get in. I think the party formation will be crucial, and also the line of setup, the command within the team, and really adjusting to what's happening on the field would be one of the most crazy parts. That can be done, but with 200 plus on the field, that's really hard to manage because sometimes you're used to your power level at this server war in your clan. Let's say you're one of the lowest and you have your role, you know what to do. If you're one of the top tier, you know your position, you know what to do. But at matching power, you you might be a little lost of what exactly is
What is your
happening,
role?
because that's not
you
the
know?
in-game
Exactly.
system.
No, that's a really good point. Like, what, sometimes your role is so clearly defined in your clan, right? You're like, this is my job. For example, a lot of people designated for CC for Crown Holder. My job is to CC this guy and lose a revival to make that happen. But now it's like, should I do DPS? Like, am I actually super open? Am I a carry? Figuring all that out on the fly is going to be tricky.
So I think, I don't exactly know the exact power level that we're going into, matching. If it's around 300k or 400k, I think that should be 300k. Then it should take much more time. But if the average was set to like 400k, then things might be different. It's a lot higher power for everyone, which means the tower is going to burst down easier. Even the brazier is going to be bursted down so heavily, and in just like 20 seconds, 30
That's
seconds.
That's actually a really good point.
So
I didn't even think.
I think the power level will be average, but I don't think the HP bars of the towers itself will change according to the power level. So,
and I think
the number would be very crucial.
I mean, obviously, things like attack speed will play into this, but I don't think the towers and the braziers will necessarily go down faster, even if everyone's at a higher power level, because it's still based on that tick damage. But the fights around them will end much faster, right? Once you start to get a lead, it's going to go through so quickly. So we are going into the game very shortly.
All right, I do see players from
People
both sides loading in. Let's go directly into our legend match of Imir Cup World Championship Season 2 King Server versus Korea Server. As we see Warriors loading in already on their mounts, trying to go for the base.
Here we go. All right, so we had a 3 o'clock and it looks like 8 o'clock, 7 or 8 o'clock spawn here. Kings on the east side, Team Korea on the west side. You can tell by the colors here and obviously by the hunger and names on the Korea server. And we're going to see some bases because we're on the exact opposite sides here. It's just going to be likely a trade of western bases versus eastern bases here. As you can see, some players have been split off to capture these bases. The base caps are going to come in around the same time.
No direct pinpoints yet, but splitting left and right.
Tower occupying focused right away.
Already on base one.
So let's see if they'll trade or if they want to.
Наконец-то началось. Кинги Корея покорованы. Кинги первое убийство сделали. Воу, первую башенку маленькую Кинги взяли.
I don't exactly know because I see a couple, like about 20, not too many.
Okay, here comes the world. All alone, going in,
начали неплохо. Еще взяли маленькую.
They had 5 bases to 3, and he just went straight in.
Что-то я пока не вижу крутых топ игроков корейских. Пока Кинги реально их выносят.
Straight up going in and looking for the explosive power there.
But we do not exactly know who the top.
Хотя вроде бы нет, наоборот.
Bringing everyone together and the ultimate.
Или да, или нет. Нифига непонятно. Но сейчас смотрят на...
The Korea server might have tried to do too much at once here in this early game.
They try to get 2 bases and 2 boss
Это
bases
точно
at the same
корейцы.
time. Of course.
Ooh, Joker from the Grim clan here also getting pretty low. From Atan.
Rune.
All right, that's going to be Ed Joker. Also, this King's Asgard member.
Но Кинги ведут по очкам, потому что они маленькие башенки взяли. А корейцы пошли сразу воевать, видимо. Пока вот тоже маленькую башенку взяли.
I think he is alone. I think
we do see Adrian, so there should be a couple more members.
Напряженно, но этот бой должен быть напряженным.
This party is always together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's King's Asgard's basically major vanguard here together, fighting over this control of this base. Big ults being dropped down on the side here as a few of these Korea members are getting challenged.
Some of the Stone Clan members are being challenged.
Мои корейцы бегают с пробужденными мификами, кошмар.
They're getting a knockdown here onto the world.
This
but
1v1? Can we let this 1v1? No, you just can't. You have to join the battle.
all right, the world has a lot of
And
friends coming
JJ.
over. Buenos is here as
Oh,
well.
some of the members from Korea's over also coming. The Reds.
Okay,
Хотя у
Asan
Кингов
focusing
тоже
down
такие
members
есть.
one by one,
Ooh, getting targeted.
but actually absorbing a lot of the pressure here. This is a risky
Так,
move here from
Кинги
Asan, but he's
захватили
playing it very
башенку.
well.
Первую.
Got the stun. Follow up knock.
Что-то
but the
пока
heals came through.
корейцы плохо себя
Okay,
показывают.
has a bunch of party members right nearby.
This is definitely a one fight here for Kings.
Automaton. That's one of the biggest AoE.
Ну, как я уже и сказал раньше, у корейцев, похоже, тактика другая. Они побежали сразу убивать кингов, а кинги начали захватывать башенки.
That's the thing. Korea server went slow. They tried to go for a lot of different things together.
So much AoE coming through. I think
now.
Korea's in trouble potentially here.
Но пока я вижу, что Корея немножечко тяжеловато.
The tower of occupying here.
Oh,
Also, I
what a
think
big
serious damage.
lightning blow!
23 dead here for Korea. As right now, Kings have
Berserker attacks, pushing in. Oh, it's not the
Ох, ультухи пошли.
still hitting the tower.
Yeah, Kings still triple the eliminations right now of Korea. That just to give you guys a bigger, broader scope of what is happening overall, big picture here. As now a lot of these members are isolated here, and the tower is going to do a ton of damage. 48 dead for Korea. D-Club.
Oh my.
It's not looking good for the home team.
Yeah, defeated double, almost a triple number of defeated. Here is members from Vanguard getting trapped, pulled in, but still HB seems safe. Needs a lot more damage to beat this. Bring it down.
See
Here's the main
Buenos
party.
here continuing
Ooh,
to put damage
Asan!
on
На
Asan.
третьей
Almost
башне
being down,
корейцы пока
Another knockdown. He gets the
держат.
heal here.
heal, but still the CCs are continuing to focus.
There's just too many strong members here of Kings.
Throw a weapon. The continuous knocks from the Berserker.
Lucky Vicky over here trying to offer some support. Again, a lot of these Korea members have lost so many of their
There are
revives
some
already.
follow-up knocks when the target is knocked. Oh, but not as much as we thought.
Капец, один кореец, несколько кингов сразу кладет.
Getting involved
Жесть.
here as well, taking a ton of burst damage. But there comes Buenos to help keep him alive. Gets the heal.
Good clutch heal.
Buenos now taking a lot of damage as well.
Oh, Buenos down.
Yeah, he is down.
The big bird.
The turn
I think that
was
was
real.
The Pierce.
Asan is definitely the main character right now for the Korea server.
This is the important. Like the defeated number is very crucial, but how many lives on these big top tier carries towards the end of this match is going to be what matters the most. Big ultimates coming down with lightning.
Massive, massive lightning tree coming through.
Down about 4 members.
Look at what's happening
But Asan's
outside of
still alive.
this.
The world.
I want to give everyone the perspective
Корейцы
of what
сидят
was happening. Korea
спокойно,
losing
такие
members everywhere else right now.
холодные
30
лица.
dead in other fights.
Tower occupying
Ребята с
also
кингов
going
там
for
уже за голову
15%.
хватаются.
Already have
And
one.
yeah,
They're
and
getting a
Kings
second one.
actually, if you look at the minimap, Kings actually took over the position.
Yeah, they're
the
about
bomb.
to get
Третья
to-
башня
they're
почти
gonna have two
разбита.
Tower of Occupyings here to increase their lead.
Oh, this is gonna be important. Clutch heal again coming through.
Ну давайте переключите нам на
Landing the
башенку.
vines for the
Что
AoE
там
to keep it
происходит?
intact for the negative movement speed.
Так,
And the members
башня
of Korea
разбита.
team coming. For
Heal
the
coming
focus.
through onto the
It seems a
world.
little dangerous now with the negative
И
movement
похоже
speed.
снова
Buenos going down
кингами.
here again.
All the
Super low.
vines. Oh, taken down it seems. That's one life gone
All right, so
on the big name.
the big name
Okay,
wiped down as well.
Actually revives on the field to wait it for the time being. Still has a scald.
And I believe a Brazier was taken for Kings in all of this as well. They got that second
Ай-яй-яй-яй.
boss base.
Song of
and
Valhalla.
Now they
Ну,
have
корейцам
third,
только
under
теперь
fire here. It's going to take a
корону
little while, but they have full
забирать.
control over this
Тогда они
map right now.
выиграют.
Yeah, the big names, the top tier
В
fighters
любом
will
другом
as you
случае
mentioned, Wolf. The tower
как-то
occupying
пораженцам
will take it.
попахивает.
Yeah, base 1 and base 3 boss taken by Kings.
Just buying time right now with our Kings as they win the rest of the game.
Exactly.
It's a cool fight to watch here, but the big picture is not great for the Korea server.
Yeah, the score tells the story itself.
Like, the
42.
fight looks good for Korea, but they're using so many more resources versus so few for Kings that it is really not a winning battle at all.
Or just one life.
Exactly.
One single life of the top tier
The
player.
larger objectives
Все
here, the
маленькие
3 boss
башенки
bases are
забрали
so
у
much more
корейцев.
valuable. And so this is a huge problem for the Korea server, as again, the world here is absorbing so much pressure. Feels like doing it almost on his own.
Yeah, the world's still alive because the skulls.
Yeah.
Always nearby, has the party. You can also revive.
The Equilibrium clan is doing a great job at actually
Тоже,
getting that
видимо,
additional
я
pressure as well.
неправильно голосовал.
Here, the other world looking for some picks
Увы
on
и
the other
ах.
side here is again, it's the battle of the world versus Asan Choa.
Ну хорошо, хоть они сейчас сделали, что голосование за просто то, что проголосовал, награда. И если угадал, тоже награда. К сожалению, я получу не 4 награды, а 3. Кингов-то все угадали. А вот с корейцами я, похоже, прогадал. Но у них еще есть еще у них шанс. О, корейцы у кингов забрали маленькую башенку. Красавчики. Либо время вышло, да, и она сама по себе слетела. Я не знаю, как там правильно действует правило на кубке. Так же, как просто битва серверов или немного по-другому.
Stop doing damage to the tower. I think there's a focusing point. I think they're going towards the choke point in the middle.
О, два королька воюют. В смысле топы.
Korea still has a chance to turn this around, absolutely, especially if they can pick up some more braziers, but looks like the world is just going to stop interacting with Asan and look for more control here over this final tower of occupying, where the fight is really taking place.
Finally, the party joins in. The world kind of baited some of the players from Korea server to, and then moving into mounts. This is where the actual action is, in the middle of joining points between the towers.
Yeah, see that tower of occupying access is so limited for the Korean server. Look at the angle here. The observers are doing a great job of showing that they just cannot really get in at all.
Корейцы захватывают маленькую башенку.
Big focus on Asan, but
look at how many dead here for Korea, up to 36 now.
Кинги снова вернули себе маленькую.
From this match, and it's very quickly becoming a one-sided affair here for Kings. Even if Asan Choa is doing his best here to try to turn the tides of battle, he just can't really make a scratch.
Asan's the root fighter that we are highlighting many times. And are we having the battle along with the Bracers, or is it just a clash? Yeah, just a clash onto the side. Mostly the damage from Kings has been focused on tower base 2, another boss tower. They're trying to get all 3 boss bases.
Куча и корейцев валяется, куча и глобальщиков. Просто кладбище. Ух, сейчас корейцы будут вылетать с нулями-то.
It's only at 50%, so it's not going to die instantly here, but as you can see, they're really struggling to really get any pressure on, and the trades are not favoring them. If you see the tombstones in the center of both of these teams, it shows current dead, and it's always way more for Korea. They have half the kills of Kings.
See much more movement flow on their mounts from Kings, which means the field is open.
Yeah, they're starting to
because they're having a lot more members of being focused.
One of our on-stage members defeated, it looks like, here as well. Hands off keyboard, as I think they're starting to realize this is a very, very difficult match to win from here on out. Not feeling too great about it, as
Kings, the focus party is built different. They have much more balance around the world, of course, and also the members who can provide CCs, chain CCs against some of the tough opponents.
Well, they just had such good objective control while also blocking reinforcements, and
nicely done with the chain stab.
Yeah, and when you look at the situation for Korea now, you've lost control of this final tower of occupying. You're not going to get it back. They spent so much time trying to, and so what's the plan now? Try to rush tower victory?
Чтобы понимать, что за циферки у них на значках. на флажках, на их. Слева 200, а это, наверное, слева количество общее, да? Справа, черт его знает, сколько умерло, или сколько они убили наоборот. Непонятно.
As you can see on the minimap, they're trying to wrap around the top and maybe look for an entrance to the northern part of the map instead of just challenging this Tower of Occupying, which I think is definitely the right play. Getting control of the center, I think, is their best bet to come back into this game. Because right now, just going head on into this Tower of Occupying 2 isn't going to work.
Oh, there's some fight back, though, from a couple of members. Here's the Wound Fighter, Asan again, challenging. And some of the members around were actually dead. I did not see any revive.
Ух, разбежались как муравьи. Ну, а между тем, у второй базы остается меньше пол хп.
Really unfortunate for the Korean server who are now down to
big ultimates being dropped right in the middle.
Now they're down to about 160 players compared to 217 here for Kings.
Ooh.
And the number is going up here on the dead for the KR server.
Stacking. I know.
They're already 2,000 points ahead. That will increase massively when the second tower of
сколько убили они, это вот ниже. Дефит вот корейцы убили там 400 с чем-то, да? Вроде, если не ошибаюсь. У кингов вроде поменьше. То есть, в принципе, тактика корейцев выбить как можно больше кингов и забрать себе корону. То есть такая тактика не на жизнь, а на смерть. Хотя, мне кажется, кинги по убийствам тоже ведут. Так что у корейцев плачевная ситуация. Третью башню также забирают кинги. И корейцев реально спасет только захват короны.
Some of these KR members have come in here to try to do something, but we're back to spawn camping or spawn hiding.
И то все равно могут по очкам проиграть. Как вариант. Все, башенку, считай, добили.
And they will swap one of their normal bases.
Башня разбита.
We'll swap one of their normal bases, and it'll be 3.
У кингов еще 400 плюс очков.
Then they will start to make their move towards the Tower of Victory, and that will get burst down as quickly as they can. It will take, about 10 minutes if uncontested. I think we'll probably see a contest of some sort here from the KR server, but that will be the end of the game.
Yes, KR server at least trying to go with the blessings, try to match that number.
Что-то их стратегия собрать 250 топовых игроков корейских не сработала.
Over half from Korea team.
Yeah.
Korea server.
No, it's been a long time coming, but
revive.
I mean, but the rest of them, the 100 that are left, most of them are down to their last life anyways. So it's
Глобальные азиаты в очередной раз одерживают победу над корейцами. Корейцам должно быть обидно. Второй раз проигрывают на своем поле.
He still has 3 revives left. He's the only one who could do anything for the server right now. And he's been doing all of it.
Yep. Moonfighter still very strong, can provide some CC, extra damage.
By the way,
but you're trapped so well from the opponent's side.
We didn't know how the combat power balance was going to be, but we were clearly wrong in that every player would have the same. Obviously, some of these players have the most. Maybe they gave all of it.
Matching average, I think.
Well, maybe they gave it all to Asan Joa because he's the only one who can do anything here. And it's so impossible to kill him.
Что ж, за корейцев больше голосовать точно не буду. Это бесполезняк. Если они, играя на полгода дольше, умудряются проиграть Глобал их уже не спасет ничто.
I'm kind of surprised the King squad, because they have so much control. I'm surprised they haven't actually taken some of those normal bases away from the KR server. They have full access to them, and they absolutely can put them down to 3 by removing their and changing their normal bases. But they have been more focused on the chase here of Asanjo, as he is just again.
Ну, следующий кубок, если и будет, то будет опять же через полгода, в зиму, как и был первый. Раз в полгода будут проводить эти кубки. Не факт, что долго по времени это продлится, возможно, еще пару-троечку кубков и все. И мне кажется, кубки перестанут вестись. Но, возможно, будет что-то новое, интересное, соревновательное в Warner W.
So much damage coming down here. Looks like he will be able to escape temporarily. Knocked down again by Buenas.
Центральная башня потихонечку подходит к 50%.
Seems like they will kind of let him go at least. Asan is actually using the target to move further.
He's basically using bodies to attack to try to retreat while also doing damage.
В принципе, корейцы могут победить. За корону дают 3000 очков, вроде как, если я правильно увидел то, что было в видео написано. А это значит, что у них может быть на 1000 больше, если они корону заберут. Так что шансы у них есть, но они не очень велики.
Trying to go back into the middle, onto the world. Getting so many heals, but is running out. His HP, his resources are running out. He's still alive, up to 90% health.
Using the exact buff at the right time.
I'm impressed.
Going for the status debuff. Trying to break out of it. Oh, this stun. Change stun.
Uh-oh.
2 extra knock would be crazy.
Putting up the force field.
Oh, a shield.
Jumping forward once. He's gonna get that heal cooldown back. He's gonna get that heal cooldown back.
The movement slowed, but good attack
Корейского короля хотят завалить.
Was an extra knock, but immediately cleansed out of it.
Убежал.
Seems like he might. Whoa! Did you see those skill chain
that was actually crazy.
To break out of those CCs? That was insane skills.
If you're a fan of the KR server, the bad news.
Между делом
the bad news is even though he's
башня уже меньше хп.
The Tower of Victory, G-Clef is down to 44% and falling. As we do have another Soul member here getting focused down on his last.
136 gone, more than half gone from Korea server. And they do have a lot of their final life members on still from the spawn. And the rest are just being chased down by lots of parties. This is one of the strongest party, as you can see. The crown holder, Adrian, right in the middle.
Yeah, Adrian is obviously one of the best members on this server from the Equilibrium clan.
Solar Eclipse and the rune.
Slows coming through, but burst down anyways. Down to 1 revive as that KR player. Another eliminated entirely here. As it is just a bloodbath. But no one on Kings is dying. More and more members going down.
Slowly stacking more and more, and I think
Корейцев вырезают нулевыми сердечками, так что их ряды редеют. Они точно проиграют.
There's no one on the server left for KR.
The CC does some CC
wait.
do damage.
I wanted to see the tower attack. It killed only 5.
Still 30%.
Only 5 died, and
so a couple more minutes at least.
I think we can talk about. I think we can say it pretty confident that Kings will be defending their Imir Cup
Ну, в любом
title
случае,
in the Legend match.
это было эпично, да.
They have earned back-to-back wins here on the stage today on our day 2, our final day of this tournament. They weren't fazed by the delay. They weren't fazed by anything.
Интересно было бы посмотреть, как бы смогли против корейцев 4-й сервер повоевать. Быстро ли слились бы им или, как и кинги, повоевали бы. Все-таки для кингов, наверное, после корейцев 4-й сервер был более сильным противником.
But look, Scalds just coming around, helping.
Fit 89 very low actually. One of their main carries
is
actually
pulled
going
from
to
the
get taken
trap.
out.
Oh, actually, he reaches out to the opponent.
Get that heal. Grab healing coming through a little bit. Buena also down. Asan is just playing his heart out right now.
И уровень выше прокачки. И ну, шмот, наверное, плюс-минус одинаковый. У корейцев нету какого-то более крутого шмота. У нас одинаковый шмот. Ну что ж, у башни остается примерно пару процентов хп. Может, пятерочка процентов. Да, наверное, была пятерочка. Ну все. Можно официально поздравлять кингов. Я так думаю.
This is the beginning of the very end. We're going to have that Tower of Victory. 3% Tower Victory! A few members coming in to try to look for a surprise snipe, including the man of the hour, Asan.
Asan, the Rune Fighter, is trying to do what he can around.
1%.
Tower Victory about to be put down.
Just going to lock him away from it.
The range.
He can't get in.
The world
И башня пала.
And the tower's down. King's server.
Кинги добили башню. Кинги взяли корону. Все. Помянем сборную Кореи. Покупку Имира.
Against that many, let's see what he can do. Still was able to take so much along with him.
Поздравляем всех, кто проголосовал за кингов. Вы уже победили, как и кинги.
While the crown is being carried, and I believe it's going to base 1 for the final touchdown. That is base 1 at 2 o'clock.
It is base 1 at 2 o'clock. They're going to go through the northern exit and then wrap around to the right. It's going to take some time for Yavil to actually get there, but he is on the marching path.
And only, I see a single dot around the crown, and I think that is just the Rune Fighter himself.
Интересный какой ник у чувака, который несет корону. Если я правильно вижу, то там написано «Яволь». Возможно, я просто не очень разглядел буквы.
I think his rest of the party and the scouts next to him also lost a life, so it's really hard to come together. You will be losing your firepower immediately.
He has to kind of sneak over to the touchdown point and see if he can block them.
At least they do have 5 bases, so that is okay. But slowly, the crown is almost halfway marked there to the touchdown point.
Kings moving across.
Where's the crown? Right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Slowly around trash
About
bag.
halfway there.
So many IDs trying to guard so they cannot even touch or tap into with the radar.
They're just celebrating at this point.
Оп,
As there is just
Using all
no
the
way.
пинка под зад дали.
Trying to, even the same haircut, trying to trying to be the disguise.
I think it's pretty obvious who the crown holder is, but I just want to see what.
Okay, we do see members of Korean server
Оп,
coming from the choke
Yeah,
point.
еще
At least a big
пнули.
party,
They're coming out of the
like a
spawn.
party of. Let's see.
They're on the wrong
coming down
side.
the
It
wire.
might
Что?
actually be too slow. It might actually be too slow for a real fight to
Начинаем
break out.
обратный
The crown is
отсчет.
actually already almost there.
Чей-чей.
They're so late to even have a
Ей.
final funny moment here. They're not
Are
even
they?
have the fun time.
Очень.
Few of these members coming in now.
Тормознули.
A couple of attacks.
37 dead here for
Oh,
the
drop
King.
ground, but immediately retrieved.
Корону-то
They snuck in a couple
сбили.
of members.
Ничего себе,
There
они,
is
ребята,
Soul. I think that's a
поджидали.
Rune Fighter too.
All right, the crown is dropped again here.
Double
It's going to be a
times.
juggle here.
36 dead. So King's
36
actually
dead.
losing
О,
some power.
корейцы какие
Auto pick it up.
хитрые.
Auto picks it up. All right, we're going to have a huge fight now. Now, the crown
Корейцы
retrieval,
решили
every time
под
you pick it up,
конец
the
поубивать
touchdown point
все-таки
changes. So it's no
вражинку.
longer right next to where it was before. Not necessarily. It will be changed repeatedly as it continues to be dropped and picked back up.
I think now, because it was picked up a couple of times, I think it's again at base 1.
Yeah.
Because I don't see the crown at base 2 and 3.
Yeah, you're right.
Мгм.
No, it is.
Но
It is
они
currently there.
Oh,
попытались.
they're marking CCs. If they're CCing him down,
Yeah, he can't
then they
do
can
anything.
carry the crown inside.
He's heading in.
It's almost there.
He's heading in.
Almost there inside.
Ну что
Carrying
ж,
all the way,
поздравим.
Kings. Hit
Поздравим
10,000,
Кингов.
and it seems like that is going to be it.
Kings will win our
Полный
final
разгром
legend match
корейцев.
after
Не дали им ни одну башенку убить, ни
win here.
корону
Incredible
тем
dominance.
более.
3 wins in
Красавчики
a row,
Кинги.
winning
Поздравляем
yesterday
ребят.
with the rush to the Tower of Victory. Today was a more measured
Второй
gameplay, and in our final match, the resilience
кубок подряд.
was strong. As Kings will win everything that we have to offer here
Глобальные
for the Imir
азиаты
Cup Season 2.
доказали,
We did
что они
semifinals
сильнее
yesterday in
корейцев.
day 3, grand finals, and also the legendary event match. Kings will be victorious and undefeated in season 2.
Winners will pick up these rings.
And the rings
Rings for everybody.
for both Sober represents.
Есть зеленые фонари, а это будут серые фонари.
Incredible moment for both teams, as Kings will be the victors, but still put up a very good fight from Korea server.
Absolutely. Very fun legend match. I'm glad we got to have it. It was
Ну
worth
давайте,
the wait.
выставляйте вперед и что-нибудь колдуйте.
Big numbers.
Зря что ли дели кольца ему и власти.
He definitely made it interesting.
Yep, and we have Bella from the stage. Let's hear from the legend players.
Hello everyone, the winner of the Legend match goes to King Server, and as befits the name Legend match, it was quite the match that we envisioned. Once again, congrats to both teams for participating and giving us a fantastic match till the end. And now we will begin the Legend match award ceremony, and it'll be assisted by Head of Games Business, Mr. Michael Kim. Come on, join us up. Good to see you again, Mr. Kim.
Мистер
Alright,
Майкл Ким.
first up, let's present the runner-up award. They created a legendary match with fighting spirit until the end. The runner-up goes to
Голова.
Korea server.
Голова игровой.
Congratulations, 축하드립니다. If you would get
Кореи
this,
получают
Alright.
1,750,000
잡아주시면 감사하겠습니다.
кристаллов.
사진도 한번 촬영해 볼까요? Let's get a quick picture. It's honestly so nice
Такое
to have
себе,
a
конечно,
legend event
ну да
match
ладно.
every season. All right, big smiles. And next up, we will have the long-awaited award. After overcoming crisis trials, they become the winners of the Legend match, and of course, like their team server name itself, the Legend match champion goes to King Server. Congratulations! Mr. Kim giving his congrats, and we should also get a picture with King Server
А
as
этим
well.
1
They
200
take yet another award, yet another trophy
кристаллов.
home in just one
А
day.
почему им меньше?
All
Они
right.
же победители.
Big smiles, and I think we should have a group picture with both
Видимо, будет
teams
еще
as well.
какая-то награда, да? Как победителям. Просто как бы корейцам
네, 축하드립니다.
лям 750 дали.
Oh, they gave you the award. I think maybe I'll grab onto it, and thank you, Mr. Kim, for helping us out. 네. 이걸 제가 한번 전달해드리도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 시상 도와주셔서 감사합니다. 네, 제가 가지고 갈게요. 네, 감사합니다. Alright, here I go. I come giving you the awards once again. Thank you. Congratulations.
Все, да.
Alright, let's hear from the
Пофоткались и
runner-up
отдайте.
team first. 먼저 코리아 서버 선수분들께 한번 인터뷰
Но
요청해드려도
вопрос, почему
될까요?
проигравшей
안녕하세요.
команде больше
안녕하세요.
кристалла?
오늘 챔피언 경기도 보시고 직접 해보셨던 소감을 먼저 들어보고 싶은데 제가 영어로 질문 한 번만 더 하도록 하겠습니다. I want to hear what their thoughts are facing the champions of season 2 and what it was like actually playing them in the server. 호칭님 대답 부탁드려도 될까요?
저희가 이번 룰이 좀 달라가지고 라이프존을 잘 몰라서 아마 3회차 나오면 좀 다를 거예요. 이해했지만
Well, we weren't really adjusted to the scene, so I'm hoping that we would put up a better performance for season 3, right? And I guess I wanted to know what the expectation, what the difference was like when you first came here to compete in the Legend match, and what it was actually like on the server. 실제로 여기 경기장에서 경험해 보시니까 예상했던 것보다 달랐던 점이 있으셨을까요? 편하신 대로 대표자로 대답하셔도 되고 같이 함께 해주셔도 됩니다.
딱히 그런 건 없었고 그냥 편하게 왔고 그냥 한 것 같아요.
We actually didn't have any expectations. We just came to enjoy the game, and I think that was just the general energy from the team. All right, well, I guess that is all from the Korean server. I wanted to ask if you guys have any last words you would like to share. 오늘 마지막으로 저희 챔피언 인터뷰 하기 전에 마지막으로 하시고 싶은 이야기나 소감 더 있으실까요? 네, 결정적인 님이 하셔도 되고 적군님이 하셔도
저희
되고.
한국 서버 좀 신경 좀 많이 써줬으면 좋겠어요 진짜로.
Yeah, we want Korean server to get more love as well. All right, thank you so much. 감사합니다. All right, well, here we go. Next up, let's hear from the winning team. Again, second interview in one day, second trophy, another award. It must be easy now, right?
No, it's hard.
It's hard.
It's strong.
Yeah. It was quite a match. I mean, we definitely were able to capture some highlights, right? What were your expectations coming in for the Legend match?
We really didn't have any expectations.
Mm-hmm.
We just came here to have fun.
Fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Well, what do you think was the important match? I mean, like, both servers are different, right? And meeting one on the stage must add a little bit of pressure, I'm assuming, or was it just all fun and games for you guys?
Yeah, it's all fun and games because we're used to playing in our at home. So it's just that we're like playing at home.
All right. Well, congrats to you once again, taking another title home. Would you have anything to add on?
I want to leave a message to the world. 就是天下真牛.
What you just say?
I just say the world is champion.
Oh, champion. All right. Thank you. I love that. Congrats to both teams, and thank you for joining both of us on the stage. And, well, I guess I will have to let you go. Thank you for joining us, and congrats again. 감사합니다. 네. 네. 회장님들은 여기 뒤쪽으로 나가주시면 됩니다. 감사합니다. 오늘 고생 많으셨습니다. Thank you guys so much. Congrats again. All right, well, Imir Cup World Championship Season 2, we have all the matches. It's a wrap, and who is this? We have some special guests on the stage. Hi, guys. Good to see you here on the stage. Well, how was your journey like? You've been with us since day one.
Oh man, Bella, my heart's still pounding. It's been an awesome ride for the 2 days of Imir Cup here. This wasn't just an elite competition for sure. Every single play we witnessed was an awesome, timeless grind, and also sweat from the players. From the qualifiers to the chaotic grand final, it was all about raw composure, peak execution for all the players in each server. It was great to see all the players coming out, peak performances, and also thank you so much for it. It's been an absolute privilege to cast for the both days of Imir Cup.
It was a privilege for me as well, G-Clip. I really enjoyed this tournament. It's my first time doing Imir Cup. I really enjoyed not only the games that we had, but the clear preparation that we had from the players. The players came in incredibly prepared, all 4 teams for the semifinals, as well as the Korea team that came in, the Korean server for the Legend match. People really gave their blood and sweat to prepare and play this one. Games were great, players were great, and thanks again for everyone at home for your patience for this Legend match. It turned out great, and I want to thank everyone who helped make this tournament possible.
Yeah, and I want to thank the best casters for being here on the scene, and as much as being part of Imir Cup World Championship Season 2, I was so excited, and because I was so excited, it deeply saddens me that this is the end for Season 2. And I'm sure many of you are casters, you guys all feel the same way. So to help ease that feeling, here I come bearing another gift, and it's Mr. Michael Kim's gift package coupon.
Бонус от этого чемпионата кубочного.
Now it is truly our time to say goodbye, but this is only a temporary farewell. We promise to return with
Теперь
even bigger,
увидимся
better
только
tournaments and
через
of course
полгода.
plenty of gifts for the users. And as announced earlier, the server war renewed map video will be revealed for the very first time. What will the newly transformed battlefield look like? Please stay with us till the end, and we will say goodbye here. I'm Bella, G-Cliff, and Wolf, and thank you for joining us.
Бай. Что ж, вот так вот и закончился кубок. Надеюсь, вам было интересно так же, как и мне, как будто бы сам там побывал. Где-то было весело, где-то было напряженно. Надеюсь, кому-то будет это интересно, кто, возможно, будет это смотреть в записи. Всем спасибо. С вами был Темный Ниндзя, а-ля комментатор, еле-еле на троечку. Увидимся. Пока-пока.